Most people think the biggest online opportunities are already taken. Coding, dropshipping, content creation, everyone's talking about the same things. But right now, quietly across Europe, there's an online skill growing in demand that hardly anyone is paying attention to. And it's not flashy. It won't make headlines, but it's paying very real money. Let me set the scene. Europe is moving fast but carefully. Different languages, different laws, different cultures, all operating under one digital economy. Companies are expanding across borders, hiring remotely, selling online, handling data, payments, customers, and they're overwhelmed. The underrated skill? Cross-border digital operations, specifically people who understand how to manage online systems across European rules, languages, and workflows. Not lawyers, not politicians, operators. Here's why this matters. A US startup launches in Germany. An Australian SaaS company starts onboarding French customers. A UK e-commerce brand sells into Spain and the Netherlands. On paper, it's simple. In reality, it's chaos. Different privacy rules, different invoicing standards, different customer expectations, different platforms, different time zones. Most companies don't need another strategist. They need someone who can actually run the machine. And that's where the opportunity opens up. Right now, thousands of European companies are quietly searching for people who can sit behind the scenes and make things work. People who can handle GDPR-safe tools. People who know how EU VAT affects subscriptions. People who can localize workflows without rewriting the whole business. And here's the key part. You don't need to live in Europe to do this. You don't need a degree. You don't even need to speak 5 languages. You need operational fluency. Operational fluency means you understand how digital systems behave across borders. You know why a checkout flow that works in the US fails in Germany. You know why French customers expect different support timing. You know why a privacy pop-up isn't just a pop-up. It's a legal requirement. You know how to choose tools that don't break EU data rules. That knowledge is rare, and rarity is value. Most people online chase skills that scale socially, skills that look impressive. But companies pay more for skills that reduce risk. Europe is risk-sensitive, regulation-heavy, detail-oriented, and that scares most people away, which is exactly why the skill is underrated. I've seen freelancers who started as basic virtual assistants slowly specialize into this space. They didn't brand themselves as EU compliance experts. They became the person who knew how to set things up correctly. They handled EU-friendly CRM setups, GDPR-safe email tools, customer support workflows that matched local expectations, and payment systems that didn't trigger legal issues within a year. They weren't charging hourly anymore. They were charging retainers. Because once a company finds someone who understands this landscape, they don't let go. If you're in the US, the UK, or Australia, this matters more than you think. Your markets are saturated. Competition is loud. Everyone is selling the same services to the same people. Europe is quieter but deeper. European businesses don't jump fast. But when they trust you, they stay. And American, British, and Australian companies expanding into Europe desperately need bridges. People who understand both worlds. That's you if you choose it. The reason this skill doesn't trend on social media is because it doesn't look exciting from the outside. You're not building in public. You're not posting screenshots of revenue. You're solving problems no one wants to touch. But behind closed doors, this skill is becoming essential. AI tools? Useless if deployed incorrectly under EU rules. Automation? Dangerous without proper data handling. Scaling? Impossible without localized systems. Someone has to make all of that work. And right now, there aren't enough people who can. So what does this skill actually look like when it turns into real work and real income? It doesn't come with a fancy title. In fact, most people doing it don't even call it the same thing. Some are labeled operations managers. Some are EU market specialists. Some are just the person companies trust to make sure nothing breaks. What they're really being paid for is clarity. Clarity inside complexity. Companies expanding into Europe face 3 silent problems. First, systems that don't translate. A CRM built for the US might mishandle consent. An email flow might violate opt-in rules. A support system might store data in the wrong region. None of this looks dramatic until fines, complaints, or blocked growth show up. Second, teams that don't sync. A developer in Poland, marketing in London, founders in California, customers across 6 countries. Without someone designing clean workflows, communication slows, mistakes multiply, and momentum dies. Third, fear of regulation. Most founders don't understand EU rules, but they're terrified of getting them wrong. That fear alone stops expansion. The underrated skill is being the person who removes that fear. Not by pretending to be a lawyer, not by overcomplicating things, but by knowing enough to build safe, clean systems and knowing when to say, this part needs a specialist. That judgment is what companies pay for. Here's how people actually move into this role. Most don't start from scratch. They come from virtual assistants, customer support, project management, marketing operations, tech support, no-code automation. They already understand digital tools. The shift happens when they focus on Europe. They learn which tools are EU-friendly, how GDPR affects everyday workflows, how invoicing, VAT, and subscriptions differ, how customer expectations change by region, not all at once, step by step. And suddenly, instead of being replaceable, they're specific. Specific beats talented every time. One person becomes the go-to for setting up EU-compliant onboarding flows. Another handles cross-border customer support systems. Another manages back-end operations for companies entering the EU market. None of them are influencers. None of them went viral. But they're booked. There's something deeply satisfying about being needed. Not because you shout the loudest, but because you understand something others don't. That's what this skill offers. Why now matters. Timing is everything. Europe is accelerating digital regulation, not slowing it down. Remote work is normal now. More non-European companies want access to European customers, but don't want the headache. That combination creates a narrow window. Right now, demand is growing faster than supply. In a few years, this will be standardized, commoditized, certified. But today, it's still learned through experience. Still paid at a premium. Still underestimated. If you're watching this from the US, the UK, or Australia, you already have an advantage. You understand global business culture. You're used to digital-first work. You're trusted by international companies. Adding European operational fluency to that stack doesn't take years. It takes focus. This isn't about chasing money. It's about choosing a direction most people ignore. While others fight for attention, you build leverage. While others sell hype, you sell stability. While others chase trends, you position yourself inside infrastructure. And infrastructure always wins long-term. If this made you think differently about online skills, that's the point. Not every opportunity looks exciting. Some look quiet. Some look boring. Until you realize how powerful they are. If you want more breakdowns like this, skills that don't get talked about, markets others overlook, and ways to build something solid in a noisy online world, subscribe to the channel. Share this with someone who's tired of chasing trends and wants something real. And I'll see you in the next one.